The case of Leo Zagami. When investigating Leo Zagami to find out who he actually is, it was found that the name is an alias. Imagine that. His name is Leo Yong, according to his own biography, which he is willing to exalt himself to everyone who will listen. What I have found is that he is a disc jockey, and was an unknown, until he made some rather specific claims. The first claim that will be addressed on this video will be his claim that he is a 33rd degree Freemason. The United Grand Lodge of England has no record of him being a 33rd, nor a member, by his own admittance, at the Port of Hercules Lodge number 4626, in Monte Carlo. It is impossible to become a 33rd Sovereign Grand Inspector General after this, especially with his age, and he is not, by any means, well known or famous enough, through good deeds to Freemasonry, to have been given the degree by any other route. The only way is to buy a fake degree patent, or fabricate one. Leo states, and I quote, "I was never a member or participated to any lodge meetings of Port of Hercules Lodge number 4626, working under the UGLE." End quote. This was in an email that Leo claims that he sent to the Masonic Info website. His bad grammar was kept in the quote. Leo then claims that he was an ex-member of the Comitato Esecutivo Masonico, which translated, means the Masonic Executive Committee or MEC, of Monte Carlo. There is no such committee, which has also been checked. Leo invented this. Leo also claims that he was a, quote, high member of the infamous Masonic P2 Lodge. Really? Being that the P2 was expelled from Freemasonry in 1976, when Leo was 6 years old. I do not see the P2 ever making a 6-year-old child a high member. On top of this, many of those members ended up in jail after 1981. The P2, short for Propaganda Do, was a lodge started with good intentions, but had disappeared during World War II. Later, Grand Master Lino Salvini, of the Grand Orient of Italy, used a criminal named Leo Zagami, in 1966, to revive the old P2 Lodge. Zagami was involved with banking scandals, including the Vatican banks, blackmail, the mafia, murder, and trying to subvert the Italian government. The Grand Orient did expel the P2 from its roles in 1976, after it was found that Zagami was trying to subvert the Grand Orient of Italy, and take control of it. One can read about the Propaganda Do at Wikipedia, which has a very accurate recounting of the story. Since it was under the Grand Orient of Italy, which is not a regular Grand Lodge in the eyes of the United Grand Lodge of England, they did not know it existed, until the underground P2 and Zagami were being investigated by the Italian government in 1981. Leo Zagami was only 11 then. Sorry Leo, you are just still too young, aren't you? A link for P2 at Wikipedia will be published for this video. Leo made another huge and unbelievable claim, and I quote, he was the prince, prepared to take over after the older Illuminati king, Leo Zagami. He is of Illuminati aristocrat bloodline and therefore involved in the Illuminati order since childhood. Yes, this ignoramus actually claims this. No matter what the conspiracy imbeciles say, the real Illuminati was started and ended with Adam Weishaupt. A few groups tried to use the name, such as Aleister Crowley, to draw extra membership, for the Ordo Templi Orientis, or OTO, which is another irregular and clandestine fraternity, that has no ties to real Freemasonry. Real Freemasons are banned from joining anything such as this, just as they would be banned from the Illuminati. There is a new website that has just sprung up, for 2015, claiming to be the Illuminati. Curious this, when in the later months of 2014, Freemasonry published the actual rituals for the Illuminati, that had been locked away since Weishaupt fled Bavaria. The Fraternity of Freemasonry was given permission to view the literature, and translate it for print. That does not say much for this new group's background and lineage. Maybe Leo will claim to be its head, too. He may even claim to be Weishaupt reborn. Last, one of Leo's most far-out claims is that he is possessed by a demon, but he is still able to fight so-called Satanists. If you believe this, I have the deed to the Brooklyn Bridge, and will sell it to you cheap. What this video boils down to is this: Leo Zagami or Yong is no 33rd or Grand Inspector General, period, and real Freemasonry wants nothing to do with the idiot, nor his continued lies. This should make the listener wonder just how much more of his spill is nothing but sour baloney, wrapped up in a roll that's 5 miles long. The end.